Hello, everybody. How we doing today?
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
Yeah. So, Moira Rose.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Anything getting back to Herb Erblinger is going to be a good time. Obviously, David and Moira getting a little tipsy is going to be a good
I
time.
was a little beyond tipsy by the end of that episode.
Well, they were blasted.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's just another reminder that we had from season one that when Moira gets drunk, there's no better actress or actor at playing inebriated than
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara. Yeah, she was great.
I was thinking about banana rose. all
Disgusting.
weekend. I know. I'm like, what would that
Disgusting.
even like taste like? You know?
I love bananas, but banana flavored anything.
and
is
I love
gross.
rose, but those two things shouldn't be together.
Ooh.
But no, it was a very sincere episode, and I feel like as the series is winding down, we're gonna get more episodes with the parents and the kids together doing things
Yeah,
to kind of say goodbye to the show.
I think so too. Absolutely.
And it kind of got me. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure.
It makes me a little emotional thinking about the end of the show.
Well, I mean, the writing is so underrated on this show because we have these character arcs, right?
Yes.
And the characters are becoming, they lose everything. So the crutch of money is gone. So they become more empathetic and more grateful and more conscientious of the people around them and appreciative of the people around them.
Deconstruct the character.
Right. But they don't do personality transplants. And I feel like this content in the hands of a lesser writer would do complete character transplants. We've seen them in lesser shows, right?
That's a really good point. They don't change who the character is.
No, Moira's still selfish. She's still a diva, but she's also that conversation with David. She's also understands how important her family is to her.
It really is like an external change instead of like an internal change. Like they're the same people they were in the first season, but they're just more gracious and they've learned more.
Yeah, they've grown
they
up.
Haven't changed,
right?
Really
Yeah. People don't have personality transplants in real life. It's not like when you graduate from high school and go to college and try a new personality on.
Well, that's different. That's leaving adolescence.
Right. And this isn't that. This is I'm still me, but I'm kind of growing up.
Sure.
It's easy to see with David and Alexis especially, but even with Johnny and with Moira, you see that the subtle changes, right? I am who I've been for 60 years on this planet, but I'm starting to see the world in a much more positive light.
Just learn something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Right. It's about growth and not about becoming completely different people. And I like that. I like that we still know who Johnny is. We still know who Moira is. We still know who Alexis and David are. But we just we're rooting for them in their growth.
Would you say that anybody else in the town has changed?
Of course. I think kind of everyone around him. Stevie absolutely has by a lot.
She's the biggest for sure.
Steve, I think you could put Stevie up with anybody on the show as far as growth.
Maybe not Roland.
I don't know, but we're not done with Roland. I have hopes that by the end of the season,
and we love Roland too,
that we have a really gracious moment from Roland. Just a moment, just one really gracious moment from Roland.
If we don't, though, the show's consistent.
Sure. I don't expect much from Bob. Bob's kind of gone the other route.
Bob is like having the dark night of the soul.
Yeah,
like
he's sinking into a massive depression that shouldn't be funny.
but it's I don't know why it is.
Well, first off, it's written really well.
Yes.
And it's being played. I don't know the actor who plays Bob, but I really feel like he's nailing this, like trying to be aloof about my life falling apart.
He doesn't seem like an actor. He just seems like somebody's dad.
It's a lot of fun, right?
Just plug him into weird situations.
Sure. And he's more empathetic now because of it. Mm-hmm. Like early on, like I remember there were a lot of commenters like, I don't like Bob because he was kind of the worst. He was really passive aggressive and really snarky a lot, right?
Yeah.
And really talked down to Johnny especially a lot, right?
Yes.
And I thought it was funny.
Arm swinging aside.
Right, he was like, man, I don't feel like I could be around this guy for more than 3 minutes. And now that his life's kind of falling apart, it's a lot more empathetic. But I mean, again, it's nice to see this arc without fundamentally changing who Bob is. Yeah. Bob's still Bob. I think he's more than capable of saying the dumb thing. He and Roland kind of both do that a lot. But I like the fact that we've transitioned into something else with Bob away from that. We're able to distinguish Bob and Roland a lot more easily now than we could in like the first and second season.
Sure.
For that reason.
Yes, it kind of same with Ronnie too. I mean, Ronnie's mean, but she's also
I love Ronnie.
Always right.
Yeah,
right. For the most part.
Yeah, Ronnie's mean, but I don't think that she's.
It's warranted.
Well, yeah, I don't think she's like aloof that she's being mean. I think she's like
One of the smartest ones.
She's smart. She's very aware
Yeah.
Of everyone around her, and when she says something snarky, she means it.
Yeah.
You know, and she wants you to pick up on it.
Cast of characters.
Yeah,
man.
that's great. We do want to go ahead and welcome B, George W01, and Kate to our Patreon group. Thanks so much, guys. We're very happy you're here with us.
Yes, we are. I'm gonna try not to butcher this today. I'm a little sniffly. If you're watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you want the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the new content we have coming your way.
Yeah, if you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out a link in the description below to that Patreon page. We are at least 4 episodes ahead on everything we're watching, including Schitt's Creek. So if you get done watching this on YouTube and want to keep going, you can jump over to our Patreon page and do that there. You will have to sync and watch along on your own device or streaming service. You are only going to see and hear us for copyright purposes. We are also currently watching 30 Rock.
Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, well, this is a big moment in the expansion of Rosebud Motel Group.
Nice. Okay.
We've got
just on Jocelyn.
It's just on Jocelyn, right?
Oh, not yet, honey. We gotta wait for Johnny's big reveal. Okay.
Why does she have to wear a blindfold for ribbon cutting?
Hold it up.
I like enthusiasm.
Yes, we do.
Oh, she did have scissors.
Okay, what are these?
Tweezers?
These won't cut a ribbon.
They're cuticle shears, John.
Hold
Go
it
and
up,
check the
but
office
hold
for a
it
pair.
taut,
Right, yeah.
please.
I'm sorry, taut? What is that, Old English?
No.
Step 1 now complete. On to step 2.
And what would that entail?
Deep cleaning the rooms.
You know, I think I need to lie down. That blindfold was quite taut.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So it basically brought them there to help clean the rooms.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've thought about wedding favors, but might I suggest mouse pads? I've got thousands downstairs.
I thought it would be festive if I got you a little pre-wedding gift. 5-minute scalp massage followed by some light sun.
Is he trying to tell him to get a tan politely?
Probably, yeah.
It sounds
Less like a gift and more like a chore.
Okay, I
Spray
am
tan's
doing
never
you
a
a
good
favor.
idea.
Oh.
Okay, Steve.
He is pretty pale.
Yeah.
Side by side, my Mediterranean complexion makes you look a little anemic. So
The Under the Sea theme is only available during winter months.
Why? It's a green screen. Why?
I know, right?
Oh my
Ted
God,
back.
Ted!
what are you doing
Thank
here?
God.
I missed you so much. Who's babysitting the turtles?
Well, I am a part of a team of 30, so they let me take the long weekend off.
Okay, so how long do we actually have then?
Just today. Now, I just want to be with you and catch up and talk.
Okay, so my parents are out and David's at the store.
He's got something to say.
Yeah.
These motels are a gold mine, Roland.
That's
All they
cool.
need is a little dusting.
And bleach. I'm reminded, John, of Shanghai and our party secretary suite with its own aquarium.
You know that staycation we've been talking about? Why don't we just do that here?
It's dangerous to treat your assets as personal possessions.
We should get going. Bob has his first cry therapy session tonight.
Oh my God.
I'm talking about the way you and I threw them off the fragrance so that we could keep this suite to ourselves.
Now, I just told them they couldn't stay here.
I'm with Johnny on this. That would be really crappy.
Why don't I show you the county fair backdrop? I
The
think a Ferris wheel
lawns.
would look so cute on a mouse pad.
so where even is my life partner?
He's coming.
Yeah, they messed it up for sure.
Yeah.
Are you happy now, David? Is this what you wanted? They asked me what I wanted. I told them just to give me what you usually get.
Well, why would you do that?
Looks like
I'm
he's from
practically
Florida or
Sicilian.
something.
You don't need that much sun.
You look like one of those people who has that skin condition from eating one too many carrots.
Okay.
It looks like a hate crime.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Okay, then what is
He needs
it?
to break up with her, isn't he?
This is it.
Just
Yeah.
thought that it was important that we have this conversation in person.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
I got offered a job.
Yeah.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Is it a bad job?
No, it's a great job. It's a 3-year contract.
Okay, that's a long time. Okay, so what do we do? Do I like move to the Galapagos?
Or
She
I
would
move
hate
back
it.
here.
I think this is the end of their relationship. Yeah, we've seen this coming.
Yeah.
Moira, what's going on in there?
Oh, it's my hands, John. It's the water. It's freezing cold. Oh. Well, I'm sorry I'm not an alchemist, John.
She's playing it out to stay in the other place
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, John, these door frames. It's like
These
trying
door
to
frames.
force oneself through the eye of a needle. You don't believe we deserve this perquisite, John?
Maybe it is good business practice to sample the product before selling.
So does Roland. Yeah, and Roland does too.
I think you call Roland and say, "This week it's yours.
Yep,
you get it. Do your staycation, and then I'm going to stay for a weekend, and then we'll rent the room out." Exactly. But it's pretty crappy not to let Roland do it too. Yeah.
Only took me 9 showers to still look like this.
See, this is good.
So I guess my relatives will just have to imagine what the person I'm marrying looks like and how happy I am to be with them. Can we just agree to stop making this wedding a bigger deal than it needs to be? We are not these people.
Maybe Stevie should take a few candid shots.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Take a picture now. Yeah.
There. Rest the face. Yeah.
Hey, Alexis. I haven't seen you running in a while.
Thanks, Twy.
Ted.
Alexis.
Oh. You look so young.
I know, right?
You are the most beautiful girl this town's ever seen.
Alexis?
Oh. This is really sad.
I don't know. Do you think she goes?
No. I
can't see it.
That's not a happy ending for her.
No.
What now? Do I leave everything behind and move to some random island to be with the love
She just
of my
wouldn't
life?
like it there. Yeah.
I know you, Alexis, and you always make the right decision.
Oh no, this is tough. I mean, like, yeah, I don't think she'd like it there.
I'm now more sure than ever that she's going to end up moving to like New York or LA or Toronto to work and he's going to move and he's not going to be happy where she wants to be, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Let me say this about that, Moira. If not now,
Kennedy
when? If not us, who? I could get used to this.
I'm going to run a bath, John.
Jocelyn.
Oh man.
Roland.
Johnny? Moira? Wasn't it you who said it was dangerous to treat your assets like personal possessions? Jocelyn and I have been renting out our extra bedroom to help pay for this.
Bob.
We'll just sleep in the truck with the baby. Or, you know what? You could give us the keys to your place.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
I've never stayed in a presidential suite.
It's fair.
I think
have
so.
it this weekend and then just
one weekend each, and then it's I'm not gonna like this. I know it has to happen, but I'm not gonna like this. I love Ted and Alexis.
I love that outfit though he's wearing.
He looks great. Yeah, I mean she does too.
Yeah.
You can't move back here, Ted. You've just been offered the job of your dreams, and there's no turning back now. But I can't move to the Galapagos.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let you even if you tried.
Oh.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay, that got me.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I love you, Ted.
I love you too.
Yeah.
And they're breaking up for the right reasons. It's not one of them. It's not one of them being selfish, right?
It's not because she likes another guy,
right? Or just doesn't want a commitment. Yeah.
Man.
Okay, that sucks. You know what's so good about that? We saw it coming a mile away, right? We've seen it coming most of the season. Yeah. And it still really was a kick in the stomach when it actually happened.
You need it. It's necessary. And as soon as we saw him, I was like, oh, man, this might be it.
Yeah.
It was a really well done scene.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss Ted so much.
Yeah, I love Ted.
I get it, though. Like, you can't turn down your dreams for somebody else. Basically,
right.
The thing is that, like, they're both going to be so busy anyways, they don't really have time for a relationship in general. I mean, if she's a publicist in a huge city, that's going to be her life for a while. Now, eventually she will find somebody, but right now, like, trying to do long distance like that's just...
Long distance, I mean, long distance is fine for 6 months. Long distance isn't fine for
3 years.
Forever, basically.
Yeah,
Because there's no way that at the end of that 3 years, you'd be like, great, now I'm going to go move... Even if they wanted to do it. Great, now I'm going to move to New York or wherever or even Schitt's Creek again,
And but even him, man, he's a scientist.
Yeah,
like, he's working long hours in a lab, and I'm sure that takes up most of the day as well.
Sure.
And then you get home and get a couple hours of sleep, go back and get back in the jungle, I guess. I don't know how that works at all, but
sure.
But yeah, it sucks they have to say goodbye again, and that flashback really did get me too.
That flashback to young Ted and young Alexis there when they first met. Yeah, that was you got me, writers. You got me good there.
Thanks, Dan.
Dan. But it is a tough inevitability. Sure. Like just even knowing it was going to happen didn't make that suck any less.
Sure.
Especially when they were so gracious and so unselfish about it.
I'm glad that they brought him back to the town for that to happen.
I do. Instead of just doing it over
the
Skype,
Zoom.
yeah.
I'm like, well,
Or Zoom, yeah.
I like that we saw Ted through the Zoom thing,
Right.
but I was like, man, I really wish he was here. The whole season, I was like, man, I wish Ted was here.
And I'm sure that's the last time we're going to see him on the show at all.
Maybe,
my guess,
unless they write him back in the finale or something.
Right.
He comes to David's wedding,
sure,
or something like that. Which I'm assuming that's going to be the finale. Is the wedding?
I don't know, but that'd be my guess too.
That makes sense, right?
It's the big moment that's still coming, unless there's the only reason it wouldn't be. It's kind of we've talked about before is if there's some end where 1, 2, or 4 of them leave Schitt's Creek after the wedding.
Yeah, they're short episodes. I mean,
right. So it's the only way I'd say that wouldn't be the finale is if they get married like an episode or 2 before the finale.
Yeah,
and then it's like what now? And Moira goes to right. Moira goes to Hollywood. Or whatever, she gets a film or television role she really wants because of the Crows thing. Alexis gets a job,
she's her publicist,
right? But she might take a publicist job elsewhere, and Moira not take an acting job. But I think that might be our wrap up. Is how do we end things with the town? And not just with a wedding,
because the town's very much a character as well.
Absolutely. So
it's the name of the show. Yeah,
right. I would be. What would surprise me the most about the show, because it's this show is so layered and so good, I'd be surprised if all 4 of them just stay in Schitt's Creek. That they realize they love the town, but they stay. I think the idea of growth that they've had in Schitt's Creek means that some of them are going to outgrow the town. Yeah. That's not a bad thing. The town's been a really important part of their lives, obviously.
Sure.
But I think I think it's going to be at least Alexis, is going to outgrow Schitt's Creek, it's going to lose. I don't see how she stays at the end.
I don't see David and Patrick leaving at all at this point.
Unless they decide to go open up their shop somewhere else. But the only reason...
They haven't gestured to it at all, though, in the show.
They have not, right. They haven't talked about things to do post-wedding. And my thoughts are, David has always liked living in a big city, but we haven't heard anything about what Patrick's ambitions are.
Really at all, yeah.
Beyond being with David, we don't really know any of Patrick's ambitions.
Exactly. If they wanted to slip something in there, I mean, I have full faith they'll pull it off.
Of course, right. They know what they're doing here.
But it's really the focus on leaving the town has been Alexis and
Moira.
Right. And briefly Johnny, but it's a Elmdale. It's a town over, so it's not like he's leaving the same vicinity. But I mean,
right. But I feel like the 2 ladies are outgrowing the town.
Absolutely.
And maybe the gentlemen are as well, maybe not. I don't know, but I really feel like it would be weird. Like, I can honestly see Moira staying in Schitt's Creek and deciding to be happy there over Alexis. I think if I had to, if I had to put money down on one person leaving Schitt's Creek out of the family, it would be Alexis.
Well, she's always been I don't want to say separate from her family, but she's always been the one that's like out and about. And
free spirit, right.
Exactly.
And I know she's grown up from that, right? We had an episode where her friends came to town and she realized, you guys just kind of suck and I've outgrown this silliness. But I just feel like where her passions are now are beyond Schitt's Creek.
Absolutely.
Right? What she wants her life to be. And she wants to work and she wants to build her own thing and she wants to be her own independent person.
Sure.
And I don't feel like that the ambition she has really jive with the town anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
They definitely don't jive with the Galapagos, so it's going to have to be. I do think Alexis leaves to go chase her dreams. I do.
I hope that's how. Hopefully, our predictions are right. I mean, I feel like with this show, as far as predictions go, we're pretty much on the right track.
Much better than like
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and now clearly The Good Place. We have no idea. We're going in blind totally.
Right.
So yeah, I look forward to seeing what the resolution is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't want this to end.
I really understand why people wanted them to keep going. Like, this isn't, you know what I mean? Like, this is like hanging out with friends watching this show.
Absolutely.
I understand why people binge this over and over again. I am absolutely going to binge the show as soon as we're done with it. This is just a feel-good show that I want to hang out with more. These are characters I want to hang out with more.
I don't want it to end, but at the same time, I'm glad that it is. I want it to be. I want several perfect seasons,
right?
And then like a beginning, middle, and end. You know?
I love the fact that this isn't a show like most shows that don't know when to stop. You know what I mean? They keep going until they lose their luster. The Office is as far as
It's the
comedies
biggest
goes, is
example
the
of that, in
biggest
my opinion,
example for me.
Yeah.
The show that overstayed its welcome and did itself a huge disservice by staying too long was The Office as far as comedies go.
Yeah.
And I love The Office, but I can't watch those last 2 seasons. You know, and this show's
2
not
good
doing
episodes can't save a whole season.
Absolutely
of
right.
awfulness, you know?
Absolutely.
And also rewatchability is a huge factor in these things.
Yeah.
You ever watch a movie or a show that like the first time you watch it, you're like, oh, that was really good. Then you try to watch it again and it's just terrible.
Yeah,
I feel like
for
this
sure.
is not the case.
No, this is definitely not that show.
So it's good. This is the perfect rewatchable show. It really is.
Right. Like, could you imagine, like, even the first few seasons, like going back and trying to watch like the first 3 seasons of The Walking Dead now?
Oh, I don't want to.
Right. And the simple fact that the show completely fell apart as it kept going.
Yeah.
You know, you can really damage the beginning.
There's something said about that.
Yeah.
If the ending is bad, they don't nail the ending. It kind of puts this weird taste in your mouth for the rest of the show when you rewatch it.
How many
you know
people?
where it's going?
How many people do you know that rewatch Lost? I've
Exactly,
never watched
exactly,
Lost,
yes.
but I have friends that watched it while it was on TV and swore by it, and they hated the ending so much. I don't know how it ends, and I've never watched an episode of it, but they don't talk about Lost anymore.
Yeah.
They don't go back and re-binge Lost
It was
because
the biggest show on TV.
the ending blew it for them. You know,
I think the biggest example, maybe the one caveat, is Game of Thrones. I have not seen all of it, but a lot.
I like Game of Thrones. Obviously, the last season was problematic because it was rushed, and the showrunners kind of middle fingered the fans a little bit to get on to do something else.
Mhm.
But the show was so strong, 90% of it was good, and there are things to like in the last
A
season.
lot of big set pieces, I guess.
Right? Yeah. I mean, yeah. For spectacle alone, you know,
The writing was good.
but you're right. Obviously, it didn't destroy it for the fans. People still rewatch it. The sequel series, or I guess it's a prequel series, House of the Dragon.
Continuation.
People, you know, it's very popular. So they didn't. For a show that really blew the ending, they didn't really destroy their legacy like Lost did. Remember the first season when I was much younger of Heroes, right? That first season was massive, and then the follow-ups were so bad that nobody talks about that first season of Heroes anymore.
I just had a conversation with that with somebody at work the other day.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like, have you ever seen Heroes? I'm like, no, I don't think I've ever seen it.
The first season, and now obviously we've gotten superhero fatigue now. That watching Heroes is just quaint now, so that's why. But you blow it on your subsequent seasons, and no one's going to care.
Legs are a thing, man, especially in media. You got to have legs.
Absolutely,
it's dangerous.
Right. We've really enjoyed the show thus far. I know we're heading to the last few episodes, and we're pretty sad about that. But we will catch you in the next one, guys.